Archie, it's been a whirlwind year for all of us, but for the Manning family in particular. First, Eli wins a Super Bowl, the second one that he's won. Peyton, of course, signing with the Broncos, your hometown team, going through some tough times here with what's transpired in the Saints. Let's talk about Eli first and the euphoria of watching him come through so beautifully to win a second Super Bowl and how special that is for him and for your family.
Well, it was special, somewhat similar to 2008 Super Bowl when they kind of struggled a little bit during the season at times. I had some injuries, but I guess if you're going to heal up, it's good to do it in December and get to playing better. You do it in December, and that's what they did. And kind of barely beat the Cowboys a couple of times to win their division with a 9-7 record. Not many people thought probably they could go much further, but just they were healthy. Their defense was playing good. They'd been pretty productive all year in their passing game, so they just made a run through the playoffs with Atlanta and going to Green Bay again, beating them, which is hard. Just a brutal battle out in San Francisco against a real tough 49er team, win it in overtime, and then upset the Patriots again in Super Bowl in Indianapolis, which was special. So it was a great ride.
Peyton was probably as good an ambassador for Indianapolis as anybody you could find, and he had to kind of take a back seat given the circumstances with what happened with him, with Eli winning it there. That was special for Eli to win it there. Mm-hmm. And then for Peyton, it had to be tough given the circumstances.
Well, I think one thing that bothered Peyton the whole week, there was so much attention toward him about if he's going to stay with the Colts, he's going to go somewhere else. And, he felt like the attention he'd been through in a couple of Super Bowls. The attention that week belonged to Tom Brady and Eli. It should, but the fact it was in Indianapolis brought a lot more. But he dealt with it. And that whole thing, Kenny, it was pretty tough on Peyton. I think one thing most people that know him will say about him, he's a pretty loyal guy, and 14 years in that city, and for them to do what they did, they truly changed the culture in Indianapolis in regard to football, and brought a winner there, went to a couple of Super Bowls, won a ton of games, a bunch of division titles, and they were just winners for a long time. And so, football takes a lot of funny turns, and for him to he'd been healthy his whole career, to hurt his neck, have a bunch of surgeries, miss a whole year, that they fall apart that year, and gonna have the #1 pick in the draft, some really good quarterbacks. All those circumstances ended up meaning he had to leave Indianapolis, and I think if you saw the press conference and if you know him, it kind of broke his heart, and but that's. He dealt with that too. I think the thing that was so tough on him, he had to turn right around and start visiting teams, and that was really tough. He just wasn't. I don't think anybody's really prepared for that, and then he kind of on a short rope because these teams need to know something. Everybody's got to make their plans. So it was an ordeal. I was proud of the way he handled it. I worried about him because it was really a lot on his shoulders.
Well, he was dignified in how he handled a tough situation that frankly wasn't handled so well from the other side, at least initially. So we're all very proud of what he did. And then making the decision he made to go to Denver. I was advocating Arizona. Other people were advocating San Francisco. We could go on, and yet he had a tough decision to make. And what ultimately put him in that place?
Well, it was really tough. He said it was like back being recruited again in college, where they all sound good, and every one of them sounded good. He had great friends in Arizona, really good buddies with the coach. He liked Miami, good young team. I mean, he said it was really no negative things in these teams that came after him. The Tennessee thing was kind of special, of course, where he played college ball. I think maybe one concern there. I'm not sure he really wanted to play Indianapolis twice a year, and I'm not sure he felt like it would be, he's 36 years old to walk into kind of be a zoo of just so much attention and so much, just so much publicity being quarterback there in Tennessee again. Although he loved Mike Munchak, he loved their players. So I guess at the end of the day, San Francisco probably had the best team of everyone. He didn't know as many people there, but so I think at the end of the day, it was kind of where he had to make a quick decision. It was kind of a comfort thing. Kind of the first team that he really talked to was John Fox and John Elway, and they just, you know, he had a comfort zone there, and he had to make a decision, and he made it. So we'll go with it.
Best analogy might be Joe Montana. If anybody deserved to play his whole career in one place, it was Joe, who's one of the greatest ever, as your son is, and he couldn't play his whole career in San Francisco. And he went to Kansas City and was able to get them to a championship game, though he never was able to win a Super Bowl. So there are some similarities there.
Well, the main thing for Peyton, you know, he's got a new team now, and it'll be a transition for him. He's played 14 years in one system and under familiar coaches. So new coaches and new system and new players, but he'll adapt. And the main thing is to try to get his health back. He's worked extremely hard at that, and he's come a long way. He still wants to take another step, and you always want to be 100%. So he wants to play some more football. He truly missed it, and so hopefully he can stay healthy and play some more, and they'll have some success in Denver.
Archie Manning couldn't finish his career in New Orleans, even though Archie wore the boots and put the belt buckle on and everything. Still weren't able to finish a career here, unfortunately.
You know, I kind of wanted to. I related a little bit. My career had been nothing like Peyton's in regard to success, but I was in one place for 12 years, and it same deal. It kind of broke my heart to you get attached. You know, you're comfortable in a city and in the dressing room and with the people, and so it is a transition. It is an adjustment, but I think now he's had a little time, kind of got his feet under him again. He's really excited about trying to, you know, work out with these Bronco receivers, learn a new system, and play in another division, see what they can do.
Final topic, speaking of the Saints, we all know what's transpired most recently, and the suspensions are kicking in now. No Sean Payton for a year. How much will that impact the team? Your thoughts about this whole situation, which has been dubbed Bounty Gate. Your son's played the Saints over the last couple of years, one in a Super Bowl, the other in the regular season last year, and I know you must have some thought process about this as a former player and as a father.
Well, you know, I don't know what really went on. It's a very physical, violent game. It's unfortunate what happened to the Saints. You know, these are good people. The people that are suspended. You know, the job that Mickey's done here. Joe Vick is a well-respected football coach throughout the NFL, and what Sean's done as a head coach is just unbelievable. So, see, you know, it's kind of hard to believe this has happened. One thing about the Saints, though, I think with the players they have, the leadership they have, the talent they have, the winning atmosphere they have, they'll survive this. They're still going to be a very good football team. You know, it's an adjustment. It's going to be an adjustment without your head coach. But whatever they do, as I said, good players, good leadership, Saints will be fine.
Yeah, truly a chance to make the Super Bowl in their hometown. That's a realistic possibility, even without Sean Payton.
Yeah, they've got the talent that they can still do it. I think if all this hadn't happened, you'd have to say they're probably the odds-on favorite as far as just experience and talent and the ability to go to a Super Bowl. You know, if you stay healthy. So we'll see what happens.
Archie, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for spending time with us. And listen, Godspeed to you and your family. Keep up the great work in this community.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it, buddy.